What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. It's Wednesday, so this is a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men podcast. It's still our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone to talk about all the emotional ups and downs along the journey to happiness. Hopefully, this is our midweek reminder of how dope it is to be black gay men who love black gay men. I am Jay the Gentleman. This is Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Now, let's get into the episode. It's a very exciting day here at Dear Black Gay Men. First, let me say thank you to all of the people that listen to the show, everyone who watches the live show on Thursdays. I can't thank you enough. And a special thank you to the two people that make up the team with me, Aaron and Rakai. I don't know if I'd be able to do this without you. So if I have not said so recently or you ever forget, thank you. Today, by the time you hear this, it will have been live for a couple days, but we just launched DearBlackGayMen.com, where you can buy your Dear Black Gay Men merch. For a while now, we've been trying out so many different versions of merch. We thought maybe we should put like catchy slogans on t-shirts like this one that says "What up, though?" This is a prototype. Unfortunately, it's not for sale. We tried putting the Dear Black Gay Men initials, DBGM, on hats and everything, but none of that really felt like it was what I wanted us to say. It felt like we got close to the message of the show, the message of the podcast, but we didn't really just say it. And I remember at the live show, they queued up, "Girl, say what you saying." And I think that's kind of becoming a life mantra of mine as we continue to do the podcast. After a whole bunch of conversation, a whole bunch of prototypes, a whole bunch of t-shirts and hoodies and merch that may never see the light of day, we really just landed on the basic branding. Dear Black Gay Men. You've seen me wear the hat. Some people have the t-shirt. We sold them. We tested them out at our first live show in DC in September. And now we are officially on sale. The easy part about the merch process was, looking through, feeling fabrics and picking vendors and all of that. That to me was the easy part. The harder part was like coming to grips with what we are trying to accomplish here. And I didn't think that merch would be the way that I learned the lesson, but I did. So for a couple months since September, we put in a small order of merch in September in preparation for our show in DC. And, I made sure I bought the first shirt because I can't sell anything that I don't purchase myself. That is, kind of my integrity piece. But I wanted to wear the merch out and be seen in it. I've worn it on the show and I've worn it in so many different places. And the interesting thing about my life is that I only go two places now. I go to the gym and I go to church. As boring as that sounds, I go to the gym, I go to church. And luckily enough, I go to an affirming church. So being, gay as hell around my pastor and whatnot is easy for me. They love and accept and affirm me in more ways than I ever thought possible. But then when I started wearing merch, this hat specifically, the Dear Black Gay Man hat, to the gym, because that's the only other place I go consistently, I found myself doing the most. Like here in Atlanta where I live on the east side, and there is one gym 5 miles, one direction. And you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the blackest part of the city. And I love going there because, it's uncommon to see a non-black face in that gym. And then you go 5 miles the other direction and there's the same brand of gym, just, a lot less black, but it's the gay gym. And if you live in Atlanta, I will almost bet money that y'all know which two gyms I'm talking about. One of them is super black. Another one is super gay. Right. And so when I would wear the merch, I would unconsciously, subconsciously go to the gay gym, where I might be the only black person in there, but I'm gay, and literally the gay t-shirt, the Dear Black Gay Men hat, and all the things. But then when I went to the black gym, for some reason, eventually I realized that I just was not as comfortable in my skin or in this merch and putting myself on display in that way. And that's when I got it. What I realized is I felt a lot safer as a gay man among gays than I did as a black man among blacks. Blacks, that didn't sound good. As a gay man among gay people than I did as a black man among black people. And when I realized that, I said, damn, that's fucked up. Every week I sit down in this chair and I turn on the camera and the lights and the whole thing, right? The colorful mic. And I talk about how dope it is to be black. The first thing I say is how dope it is to be black gay men who love black gay men. And it took me figuring out merch before I realized that the only time my pride in myself kicks into overdrive is when I am around, the most non-threatening, the most non-vulnerable, the places where I have to be the least courageous. And that is not me. Like, as much as I truly believe I'm a try me if you want to, I wish a bitch would kind of motherfucker, I found myself regressing when opportunity to be courageous rose to the surface. And the weird part about it is when I go to the gym, and, my fingernails are painted right now, they're blue and I need a fill in. I still have the same twist in my walk. I wear the same tights and t-shirts. I wear crop tops all the time. Like, my gay is on display. But for some reason, if I had to explicitly say that with the t-shirt or a hat, that became an issue for me. And so the hardest part about creating merch was I had to outgrow that. I had to outgrow whatever remnants of shame existed around me being myself. Otherwise, I felt like I'd be a hypocrite. I'd be directing people to a website, posting on social media, selling merch that I don't have absolute pride to wear myself. Notwithstanding that it's my business, it's my brand. And for some reason, I had felt deep down inside, I unconsciously felt like I had to take it off. Or I couldn't wear it with as much pride when I'm around black people than I am around gay folk. And that was fucked up. But I think the bigger lesson is how coming out is a constant process. I've been gay since since the end of time. What's Beyonce's song? But it's really since like the beginning of time. Like, I was a little boy who ran funny and had a high pitched voice. Everybody knew I was a little funny or had a little sugar in my tank or whatever, micro or macro aggressions that, the elders gave me when I was younger. People knew I was gay. And then eventually somewhere around middle school, I started realizing I'm different. And then I gave that language in high school, and I've been out ever since. I moved to San Antonio away from my family and became really gay. And then everything since then has just been me centering all of my identities in who I express them to be, right? So for a long time, I haven't had to tell anybody I'm gay. Like, I haven't had to say those words. It's pretty apparent when I walk into a room. But what this merch is forcing me and everyone to do is to put that forward without having to open your mouth. And that takes a level of courage that I haven't had to demonstrate. Like, I would wear rainbow shit or, skimpy underwear or whatever to a pride parade, but that's because we all gay. But having to live that every single day in every single way, regardless of where I'm at, that is just a level of courage that I haven't had to demonstrate. And creating merch forced me to come face to face with the fact that I haven't had to come out in a long time. And now I got to put on my big girl panties and come out every fucking day wearing a goddamn hat. For a minute, I thought, for a split second, I really did think I wasn't strong enough to do that. Go to this gym, all these big niggas. The funny thing about this gym, let me tell you about the gym. So the black gym that I go to, you could go in any hour of the day and half the people in there are OnlyFans content creators. Half of them. There's one of them who is gay for pay, who has been in flicks where men have sucked his dick and eaten his ass. He in there. There's another one. There was a couple. XXL used to go to that gym. There's so many of the girls in this gym, but for some reason I still felt unsafe wearing a Dear Black Gay Men shirt. It was very, very counterintuitive. It was antithetical to who I am. But bigger than that, it was contrary to what I want this brand to stand for. Like, the reason why the branding, Dear Black Gay Men, felt right is because when we put it on, I want each of us to I want us to feel dope wearing it. But then I want the rest of the world to see, without having to split your lips to defend anything or explain anything, that this is what it means to be dope. This is what it means to be black and gay. Every shade, size, and color of us is dope. Not because we forced it, not because, we set some trend, but just because we are. And when you wear this merch, when I wear this merch, I want everybody to know that we are. We are amazing. We are beautiful. We are tall. We are masculine. We are feminine. We are non-binary. We are all these different things. And you become a billboard to the level of dopeness that it takes to be us. So, Dear Black Gay Men, I hope that you feel, in wearing this merch, how dope it is to be black gay men who love black gay men. That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. The podcast is new every Wednesday. You can stream it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And Dear Black Gay Men Live is going down tomorrow night. It's the best pregame before your Thursday night turn up. Set a reminder and join me at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. I am Jay the Gentleman. This has been Dear Black Gay Men Podcast, and I will talk to you next time.